do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? My baby, now, okay. Police don't give me no break. When they come for you, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Do what you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I'm trying to get no break. Police don't give me no break. Not some soldier, man, no break. Not even them you can tell me there's no break. Hey, hey, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Yo, dog, if you play All About the Benjamins, I'll freestyle it. If you play, okay, well, play All About the Benjamins. Yeah, it's what now? What you want to do? Want to be ballers, shot callers, brawlers? Who be dipping in the who be dipping in the bands with the spoilers? On the look in the Jake in the toys, trying to get my hands on some grand slide chorus. Yeah, that's right. What you wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers? Who be dipping in the bands with the spoilers? On the low in the Jake in the Taurus, trying to get my hands on some grand side chorus. Yeah, living the raw deal, 3-course meal, steady for G and real, but still. Everything's real in the field, and what you can't have now, leave in your will. But don't knock me for trying to bury 7 zeros over in Rio de Janeiro. Ain't nobody's hero, but I want to be heard on your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. Swimming in women with their own condominiums, 5+5. Drew drop millenniums, and all about the Benjamins. What? I get a 50-pound bag of for the month. 5 carrots on my hands with the cuts. You going with your PM, nothing but the shot. You know, nigga, down with the most thick up, down with the bomb, and hot like old diggers. I've been with your denim with gold zippers. You have dogs and you keep dogs. Hopping croissants, freaking and Greek clouds in reptiles. None of them don't believe you. We do. Stack chips like Hebrews. And ready to intrigue you. I'm pop those colossal vibes. Go for it. I'm getting you pictures of my cock. You want to see my piss Pyrex? Check this out, girl. I take requests from people. They ask me to pee in Pyrexes. I'm wild, girl.
from the audience. Can we turn off the jerk off video?
Hi, Daddy. It is now 9:00 p.m.
Who's moving? I mean, what was doing it? What was good? Oh, was he fingering it? Shorts out of the way, I guess. Yeah, he's just real relieved right now.
Yo, you'd be so coked out, you'd be fucking Rabbi beats and fucking 24/7, barely even fucking getting the juice. Let's go.
I cannot remember this bitch. You can't even talk to the bitch. She fucking with bosses and shit. I pull up in Rarers and shit. The choppers and Harleys and shit. I be Gucci down. You wearing the cars and shit. Yeah. Money club. Yeah. Fur came off the left. Yeah. Triple homicide. Put me in the chat.
Family ask you what you're doing, and say, don't worry, after my money comes good for it.
Got the tennis chains on. And they real blingy bling. Drago make it through the chicken head. Like cheek. Walking through the markets and I spend a life 50-50 people see the partial shooters, they be riding with me to a bad bitch, cute face, and some nice titties, 75, running on the Saint Laurent jack.
Yeah, it's a dance or what?
Ride with the mob.
Rabbi,
Watch. Cause it change.
Nigeria.
Taking pictures, watch, cause he played game.
How's everyone doing? Checking in with the crew here. We got Rabbi on line. We got Red Chip. We got Dan. We got Nate. We got Formo. What's good, everybody?
Lord, what's the name of your cat? What up to Queen?
Everyone, take your exit pills now. We're about to go to Right, everybody. It's been much surprise, everybody. We got that. Thanks to you for HBO Everett for connection. More. Good job.
Why not, baby? Why not?
want to shower first or bath first?
Oh, this is we don't know how much of that makes me fucking happy to be in the shower, bro. Yeah, dude. Like, it lets me know that he's thinking about hygiene and aesthetic, and I love it. Yeah, just next to the laundry, get the sheets fixed.
Our research shows that millions of dollars forward.
Only need us, right? What? Charlie's like serenading the camera. That shit is fucking funny as fuck. I know that. Yeah, right. Oh, this is Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that was bad. Wait, hold on. Let's go another one. Hey, yeah. couple of photos in a lifetime. This song we all get down to. This was for more life. This was for more life.
We need some Krispy Kreme or Froggy Fresh next too.
Krispy Kreme, got it.
Yeah, Froggy Fresh. Oh yes. We were talking about this the other day. I remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember I said you remember the playoff game?
Baby sweat.
Baby sex.
Oh,
that's such a great song.
This is funny, Rabbi to act up.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me the picture needs on in chat. Babby, you got a German vampire singing the fucking goddamn fun out there. What else do you know? What? Oh my god.
Such a perfect surprise. To ask myself, who didn't come off? Did you close my eyes? Never be hard. Is it you and me? Oh, you and me.
Let's check in with the peeps. How's everyone doing today? What's good? Bambi, how you doing?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a Monday now. I would protect that coffin. I wouldn't think I was familiar with those humans you hired, right? To protect the coffin. I'd do that for you. Little servant songs tonight.
For my niggas in the bullshit, yeah. Niggas got time for the fools that betray till they bills. Every time for the boy break them. Young time for the kill. Feel what them young boys feel. You'll never be killed, that's real. No, now you can tell it from a feels. Just wanna fuck me down. Just wanna love me down. Repeat time me down like Ray J said, but don't move down. Nigga, show me step. Treat it like your only son. Turn it up, pull it like a ball, ain't contact, traffic, time. You're trying to get a ball today. Just do a day, niggas up.
It's on the south side, though.
He always playing the ukulele. Let's hear it.
Oh, I see. Hey, Rabbi, how are you? Good, this guy gets it, man.
It's the best. It's the best 24/7 entertainment guy. Oh God.
Rabbi, you're a visionary, man. So, hey, Rabbi, what inspired you, man? 24/7 fucking stream.
Great question. World peace. I don't want people to have war anymore. And I felt like I could dedicate myself and give myself a platform for people to be able to discuss world peace.
Love it, man. It's like almost like the Lennon Yoko Ono like staying in bed.
You're exactly right. Yeah, you are brilliant. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it's like.
I love it, man. So it's like an active fucking goddamn rebuttal against society.
That's absolutely correct. And we don't have the ability to study one human being. And I have more than 2 years of data that's live on the internet from not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 different YouTube accounts. And I'm also live on 7 different Instagrams that always are recording me. Here, I'll give you a quick room tour. Just 1 moment. We're live on YouTube here. We're live on YouTube here. We're live on Instagram here. We're live on Instagram here. We're live on YouTube up here. We're live on YouTube here. We're live on YouTube here. We're live on YouTube here. You can see I got cameras. You're absolutely right. You can see I've got cameras all around me. I mean, like at 360 degrees. Here they are. I got them all, and I want people to be able to study this in the future. Data is Earth's #1 resource, and I'm the king of data, which may make me a very wealthy person someday. Basically, we don't have one person where we can study their circadian rhythms, we can study their eating habits, their behavioral patterns, their sleeping habits, their bathing habits. Everything about a human is documented on this, and people have my consent to be able to use it any way they want. I feel like this will be studied at an academic level someday, where at universities people take chunks of it and dissect it. And really, it's the most amount of human data that any single person has ever compiled in the history of mankind. It's 2 years. It's over 200,000 hours. I have more content on YouTube than any other YouTuber. And really, I don't want people to have war anymore. I don't want I want to solve world hunger. So this gives me a platform to be able to discuss that. I want to institute hydroponics and vertical farming and cloud seeding. I want to help with world thirst by helping with digging of wells through life straws, through through desalinization plants. I want to help people with malaria through giving them a low cost um, uh, malaria nets, mosquito nets. There's all kinds of things that we discuss on this that aren't normally discussed in society, like anti gravity, antimatter, ufology, aliens. Advanced propulsion, really interesting things. I think we're going to be able to shake things up when this goes viral. Yeah, and I appreciate you letting me discuss that. Thank you.
Oh my God, no, I mean, I just came here to get a little party going, but like, you know, it doesn't have to be like I love to see your stuff, man.
Absolutely, Jan, you're the man. I love the music. You just keep spinning hits, baby.
Can you imagine when the aliens find this footage like 5,000 years from now?
I hope it doesn't take that long, but if they do, it'll be wild. It's the world's largest. It's a time capsule. I mean, essentially, it goes back to the pandemic, and we've seen everything since the pandemic, including the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of a king, and everything in between. We've seen different wars. We've seen the Ukrainian war. We've seen what's going on in Israel. It's wild that what we've been able to document. And I really think they would find it very interesting. It would be like a time capsule, like how we find time capsules from different generations and we open them up and learn from them. People, I feel, do the same in the future.
I can see the aliens now. Why is this guy stretching out his reproductive organs? This is so fucking awesome.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's just part of life. And I think that they would want to know how a human lives their life and the ways in which mankind alleviates stress, so to speak. I look forward to it. Is anyone else in here interested in aliens?
I actually am. I used to watch Ancient Aliens at the time. I watched the Bronson version of Ancient Aliens, which is my favorite one. I just get high and watch it. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
That's very cool. Do you know what Coast to Coast AM is?
That sounds familiar. I mean, you're refreshers.
It's the world's. It's the most listened to overnight radio talk show program in the Western Hemisphere. Um, and basically, they talk about aliens on it every single night. I was on there not too long ago, and I yeah. So basically, I just really enjoy aliens and discussions of advanced propulsion and life on other planets. I mean, I'm into all kinds of other stuff too. Free energy, the hydrogen car, life extension technology. That's something that's really of interest to me. So, life extension technology through stem cell research and through additionally human growth hormone are just two ways to do it. Cryogenics is really interesting to me. And then mind uploading. I don't know if you know what mind uploading is, but it's basically the idea. I really mean this. Hurricane Nate, Jan, More Light, Vamp, Bimba. I don't think you're going to die. And what do I mean by that? Everyone in here is basically younger. And so give it a generation, give this technology a generation, and we'll be able to scan our brains and upload them into a database. And for essentially a later download into a cyborg, a cybernetic being, a robot, into an avatar, into an ethereal being, whatever you want. It's really an exciting time. Excellent. With that, I'll let Jan continue with spinning the hits. Thank you for the opportunity.
Chime in whenever, man. I'm jamming.
Nigerian is good idea. We love her anyway.
Don't you know it's gonna last? Last forever. It's a long way don't pass.
That's pretty funny.
I guess nobody ever right. She got me good. Let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me
He's so coked out in this video, it's amazing.
Fucking James Brown. Yeah, we have.
Mr. James Brown, did you know that interview?
Oh yeah, he was on PCP, bro. Yeah, really had a bitch with PCP.
Oh, he was early.
He's like, I look good, I smell good, and I make love.
Yeah. It's like, yo, James, why do people keep on your show? I look good. I smell good. I make love good. Oh, Mr. Brown.
He was like,
He's got like the yellow safety goggles on.
the letters too, bro. That shit was funny.
I mean, that is a legit fucking Halloween outfit. Anybody's veteran.
Yeah, he was showing his ass on TBS, bro. That shit was funny.
You're raw talent, man. Like,
Yeah, I miss Chance. He was crazy, but I miss him.
yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't ever put too much fucking like weight on like an artist's personal life. It's like, dude, any artist you like is a rapist, is an abuser. Like, you like, don't even look too much into it. Enjoy the music, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, everyone can like only even obsessed like canceling every fucking artist possible. It's like, listen, I understand it, but you would stop me from jamming.
Oh, there's nothing about like his acts. It was just him just being a crazy person, bro.
Exactly. Like, you want to turn into a taxi. So you want to put a name around sweat,
Yeah, and sweating his perm out, and then like he would come out and kneel down, and his friend would put the cape on him. Oh, this wicked man show business. Hey, I know what she was playing Sam and Roger. They're both dead, man.
Sam and Roger. Sam and Roger. No, Sam and Roger. Okay, cool. Read. I saw it. Which other one was that?
That's not dead. It's a bunch, but like your computer love is a good song. I was like, expedition, that's what they are.
Anyone besides computer love or should I just do it?
They got my favorite song, More Bounce in the House. That's a good one. Yeah, More Bounce in the House. What?
I love computer love.
That is a good song.
diasporic, you motherfuckers play that shit, bounce out. Because like when I look at when I first dated a black woman, like I learned that like happy birthday isn't, it's Stevie Wonder's happy birthday. It's not. Yeah. 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 Definitely. I mean, another one. Oh, dude, no. My favorite one I learned was like the classic old head shit. Was you know it, and it's going to play, baby. Cameo. Fuck yeah. This is clean too. Oh, yeah, I learned that like this song changed. But yeah. And I saw that one fucking movie, like my girl showed me that wedding movie, like my best friend's wedding. This song. I'm gonna put on a little bit of Oh, well, I mean, if you know this, you must know. If you don't know this, then, I don't know. But I think this is like crossed into like the black culture, and I think it's right. Suavemente, bésame, te quiero sentir tus labios, besando I did this at karaoke and I literally got fucking, PUSSY off the fucking chain.
Hey, he's got Michael Jackson, like a Michael Jackson avatar.
But it's funny that like Donald Trump looks like Michael Jackson too. So this is that.
He's like dancing to the beat, bro. That's fucking
Look at the chat. Like that's this is not for Charlie. Look at the chat. This is how Elvis Presley looks like. He's a Latino Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But this gets the girls in the dance floor every fucking time.
Another song that gets the girls on the dance floor is Yeah by Usher.
Oh my god, yeah. I like Usher song.
Yeah, they just start screaming and dancing.
Dude, did you ever see that one video of the Usher Love and Love? He starts running, it's world, a little bit of influence. I'll give another one before like he's under like involvement.
Everything goes hard.
I have Rabbi in the shower, like, somebody can say it in the shower. Oh, come in, Rabbi. Cuando la Virgen marchaba, no poder y son cambiaba. Aunque mi amor en un arriero de lágrimas. La pasión que se inspiraba. I'll do what everyone knows. If you live anywhere next to Mexican, you know this fucking song.
What I remember is a man of chow. That's true.
Oh, of course.
I love man chow. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hi, Pimp Daddy. It is now 10 o'clock p.m.
What's up, Judy?
How would y'all like that?
I thought awards a massacre.
Massacre. On Twitter.
Yeah, it's a massacre, bro.
He didn't say he was joking. He loves the community. The big I have a tweet from Rabbi. That's what he said.
Yeah. What can we say? I mean, you know, it's sad. Sad to see.
He was pretty angry. He like, dude, calm down with love, man. This is weeks.
Yeah, exactly. We have a rabbi in the show.
This ain't a song. He sold everything he had and then he lost it all.
This song literally is dedicated to Big Final Obama. It's called Nunca es suficiente. It's never enough. Or like, he was honoring Latino. When I first joined, I was like, this guy's Latino. I think my fucking dad is Latino. That's why Bobby's. What's up?
You know that song, yes, that don't you?
What kid?
Scarface.
Oh, I never saw Scarface.
What? Oh my God. That's a cool classic, bro. You see how Cubans level up in the 80s?
And I have an honorary Latino, that's right.
Yeah, dude. Do you remember me, like, when I came to the channel, I was like, oh, fuck, Devin's Latino, yo, Devin's Latino, dog.
And I mean, that's very rare. I basically am, like, everyone I talk to is going to that. And everyone I live with is Latino, so there you go.
Fuck yeah, finally.
But, I think, I'm not that. It hasn't been much better given. the same. I just had bad influences to teach me Spanish. So they just taught me bad words that, you know.
Nate is also honorary. Like, I'm not gonna mention it.
I kept asking my friend, I was like, so what does it mean, Mom? And he was like, it's a term of endearment. And I said it in front of his family, and they were like, oh, you mean Jesus. Got you. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, all I do is just gonna write a patch and just have to get loud. Like, you know, hanging out with like either of these like going things in an inappropriate setting. It's all
Andres definitely sounds funny.
yeah, man. Shit, man. I love it. That shit like blew my mind. I love it. Made total sense.
Cartel story.
Huh?
Yeah, are you talking about my cartel story?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, those were pretty wild times.
Yeah, man. It's pretty. That fucking feeling that was wild. Like, I don't know, more like so.
Yeah, I don't think I told them yet, but yeah, they definitely took care of me, man. Before things all went down. So, but you know, even though it was a sketchy period where I had to worry about my wife, yeah, man, I made a lot of money. Good. Yeah. I was a mule first, and then I turned into an enforcer, and then I just turned into like making deals that my friend Alex couldn't make. So I was like, what? Meeting all sorts of different people, like traveling with 3 sicarios. Yeah, pretty much they didn't speak English. They were just there to kill if anything went wrong. It was, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. That's good. Yeah. I was dealing with wildest time with my wife, but I'm glad I'm out of the drug game, man, for sure. Yeah, right. It's better to get out of it. Where people going over on it. Right, sketchy customers, and I couldn't sleep in the same spot for 2 to 3 days because people were just trying to fucking rob me. That's right. That's right. Everyone's trying to fucking do a fast or do some crazy shit. Right, and they're gonna take the money and the drugs. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's right. They're not gonna deal with day losses. Yeah, that's being out of like running around the street. Like the mule stuff is probably scary. Right. Pretty much, I just got paid like anywhere from like $500 to $1,000 each load, just like delivering it to whichever house I had to go to. And I usually like would carry anywhere between like 5 to 10 kilos. One time. It's crazy because like you're like that $500 it's really tough. Right. I had a bunch of deliveries though, so it's like on those days I would just make a lot of money delivering, and then I just made real money when I was doing like real business with fucking skinheads and shit. That's funny. That's good. Well, yeah, they have a few grand a day. That's awesome.
Rabbis in one chat.
Rabbiception.
Oh wait, have you seen Rabbi's setup? He's got like 7 different streaming setups.
I heard him doing this before, but I was looking at it online. I was trying to figure my fucking pull out.
Did you figure that shit out last night?
You know what? I think I should. All I should do is fit the dog one. They did higher, and then just like stop trying to do it. I don't know. It's just kind of fingers crossed.
Oh my god, you poor bastard! You're trying to buy a local fucking ranged loads like for like days.
I was trying to send money from Schiller's wallet to Sonic AD.
Dude, at that point, yes, 100% manipulated as well.
I was gonna send him $100 for every day. Out of Schiller's wallet. So it wasn't working, so now Sonic AD throwing a hissy fit like you didn't send anybody. How come Glendale like it's house money? How come Glendale likes to keep this money? Where's your money?
Oh, he was salty before the was salty about it.
He's like, bro, do it yourself. I don't know. Mandela didn't ask for it. He's did he spend 40 today? Fucking talk to Yannick, talk to
Alright, buddy. Oh yeah, well, no, I definitely. I sense the era of more like getting just that whole the beggars kind of deal. Yeah. Yeah, no, I sense it was creating a little bit. Not like something that I've heard, dude. Like, I know it's like, oh, everyone's like, hey man, let's be creative, like you do this, and that.
People hit me up because they think I'm a part of the team, and I'm like, I'm not a part of the team, and like, please quit asking me to give me please, because I'm very happy.
So, yeah, every stage is got one guy who's like, hey, check your DM. Yeah, what are you DMing? Oh, is it a wallet?
I wonder what.
I don't think wallet's ever going to give it a single red name. I never show anything. Next that shit was like I bought yesterday. It was, whatever bag. I made a quick little name. I'm selling it right now at 80. Selling that for it's a really solid. Yeah, man, it was a beautiful house. Like, I think, okay, if they're doing this, why not? And I'm selling at the range for it. Up. Yeah, man. Oh, dude. Thanks to fucking that facility, you guys do fucking partnership with fucking Lawrence. It's hitting like right now, like it's HGH right now. I'm not HGH. It's like right. They had a pre-sale, like so they do like us. They had a pre-sale, but they justified it. Whatever. They got a pay plus stuff. But yeah, man. Fucking Rabbi.
And see you got the flyer.
Well, it didn't hit the earbud. He didn't hit the earbud. Thing lower his speed.
This is the gear button.
Yeah, it's like, so if you click the gear button, if you're on his profile, if you click his name and hit the gear button on like or right click or whatever, there should be a gear button somewhere that you can then click and then lower his on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's per. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Rabbi, I know you're listening. I saw you masturbate a video. You put a video of him whacking off on the bed, right? And that's like I was getting into my DJ set. It was great. But yeah, no. Really quick, that should come next place. I followed this under legit. No, I honestly, where it's all got a phrase, I don't know about this whole fucking IP thing or royalties, whatever. All I know is an attention market for this, and now it's been revealed as Bust arrived. Easy. Great play. Great play. Maybe it's penis having a faster way. Have you guys? Oh, dude, this boy is fucking handy right now. Let's go. Alright, bro, you got all this fucking thing, right?
I don't.
Hey, you gotta fuck with you right, dog. Right.
It's pretty much like anybody that's like looking up at a definitely or some paper.
The thing is like all those spaces you have.
Honestly, I don't know. It's like I know that I provide some sort of value to the community, but honestly, everybody that's here every day, like you, or like everybody, they provide, they provide value in this world. I hella value every day, 24/7.
Skinnier, like
What's that video again?
Wait, does Lord let me? I don't know if they ever had the pleasure of
He's very attractive. And he's bilingual.
Oh my gosh. Look at that man. Laura, I you're absolutely just show us, keep it alone, or the New York is you're absolutely gorgeous.
Take some shots.
Shit. Oh no. Oh no.
Luckily, it's so fast. I know it's so fast.
Driving like stick.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's like shitting gears. Changing gears. If you want to fucking gear one, gear two. Go ahead, tell me.
Okay, I think he's so
Sure, right? Oh, grazie. Oh shit, Rabbi look at cooked in chat. Go ahead, send the picture in. She wants to cook your ass, boy. She's cooking you, man. We'll eat Rabbi tonight. Oh my god, no, he does not. He's way more attractive than that.
The glasses are round.
Bro, you sent like a weird, like, hate image of that one with his glasses. No, it is not Rabbi. Okay, this is, oh, is that Sweden? What is this? Damn, he was told that shit? He was told that. Well, I'll tell you this. Maybe he has the energy to know. Rabbi does not have the quote-unquote genes. He has beautiful hair. He looks gorgeous, but no, this is not him. He looks gorgeous. Your penis is stuck up on camera right now. So I'm capping for a guy with his dick out on tape. Rabbi, you're a good looking guy, buddy. But hey, that guy probably was fucking, yeah, what the hell? Oh, yeah, I'm tired of it.
Rabbi, can you switch the circle glasses?
He's smiling, so yes. Just watch my hands first.
I think he did. I think he lost to get the popcorn. Rabbi, I really love those round glasses.
Southern Oregon. And we're standing on a hill overlooking the Rural Valley of Southern Oregon. And this is where we found the K Hospital. And we've been established this problem. I looked at all of these beautiful little ram chests in the Bible of Nebraska. And I took our guide, Nancy Mack Capital, the wonderful survivor of that. And I said, well, take that pamphlet on ways to make
Jesus' name, meet him crazy.
she said, got a phone call. And 2 months later, she said, Michael, well, your book. Well, he had sold his business to other people, and he had hired a publisher from the Empire State Building. And so, I had no idea what to do. So I was asking about, I ended up in the trenches of agriculture. And it picked up a very good Spanish. Where the average acre farmland in Iowa was making $313 per acre per year. The average acre of farmland in the city limits of San Francisco is making how much? I did not realize until I started doing research in New York that China has become the world's largest producer of food, surpassing Colombia. Well, that they spend to do this.
Yeah, we heard. I heard your whole conversation in Spanish. I understood a few of those words. It was kind of.
Oh, you go. Oh, yeah, no, I just sent me some fucking contracts, but didn't sign them. Fucking fine. Like, send it again, you know. And I'm putting it to Rabbi at post.com.
This is the second time in 10 minutes.
Was live.
It's a great intro.
Oh my God.
I know, right? They would never stop stealing.
Oh shit, it's so nice. You know,
at least like when I'm done with that, when I'm gas at that, I put my pants back up over it. Like, you just do that. You just like, but I have to yeah, what's the point of pulling it back up? They're going to pull it back down. There's no point. God bless you. Oh man, I mean, listen to me, Rabbi, I love you asses, man. I gotta get to this fucking work. Love you guys, man. Love you, Lori.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. You're wonderful.
What area are you looking at?
I'm not sure the bit's gonna be. But I was looking at the area that might be.
Sam, I was looking in that area and like when
Yeah, it's a nice little routine. I want to start with try all that shit.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a really rich island community that's kind of out in like the ocean and the river. It's this like private island. You can like get there, like I mean, get there by your car, but there's security everywhere. You have to have like reservations. It's like really nice party experience, nice houses. That's for like the athletes and shit. Celebrities. Yeah, it looks crazy. It's like a little man-made island, just like right out in the middle of the river. It has a bridge. Yeah.
It's late Wednesday.
Hold on, I think I got the name wrong. I think I'm thinking like so much of shit. That's what's called there. Let me.
I was just gonna say, isn't that like in Grand Theft Auto? Isn't that where they had the porn studio in Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, in Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, there's a little island called Starfish Island, and it's where there's a porn studio.
I definitely would like to be there.
It may be. Is it Fisher Island? Let's check it out.
Oh hell yeah, Fisher Island in Miami, that's huge.
Yeah, they have a few island communities. Okay.
Are you talking Miami?
It's not just one, but this one's like right in the middle of the city.
Are you talking Miami? Are you talking Miami?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Fisher Island is very exclusive.
So yeah, this is the one I'm going for. Yeah, they got some shit called the Venetian Island. That's what it is.
There's also like
$20 million. This is I know where this game is. I've seen that before. That's like a little bit outside, like the city part. It's like this. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the most exclusive one. It's called Star Island, not Starfish. Star Island. There we go. Houses sell for $20 million.
oh, yes, there was a place that was like $1,000.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. Okay.
From Miami, you know.
Oh my god, this villa is $4K.
I got an Airbnb last year. Yeah, I could believe that. I could definitely. I got an Airbnb in Tampa last year. That shit was expensive. It was just in Tampa, outside of the city of Tampa. It's just a lot of people visit that area for vacation and shit.
The places I want to be at are right here. And I did find some nice Airbnbs that have like a hot tub on the balcony.
I just get it for 3 days. Airbnb is expensive. But I think also did say like you don't nice hotel in South Beach. I just don't know what it's going to be kind of close to the
I was here in like Woody area.
I'm gonna pee in that piss Pyrex. Just a moment. I'm gonna pee in this piss Pyrex. I'm gonna add to my collection. I know it's down the hallway, but I'm that lazy. Well, that's why I have a Pyrex, girl. I just stand up. But if I don't wanna get up, then I have this little bottle. Watch this, girl. I've got lots of pee accessories. Oh Lord, you're so funny. Why is there a spoon? I was eating peanut butter earlier today, and I threw it in there. One moment, I have to say a bracha. There you go. That's a national youth song. Yeah. So, what's new with you guys? Do you guys ever pee on camera? Lord, Lord, I swear to God, when you said, "Why is there a spoon?" I almost dropped that whole fucking thing. Why is there a spoon? Why? Why did I think that was so funny? Because that's a logical thing that someone would ask. Well, firstly, why don't you go to the bathroom? Oh, it's completely fucked up. I agree. But when so why do I pee in a piss Pyrex? Well, for several reasons. One, the bathroom's not that far away, but sometimes I have roommates who are using the bathroom, and then it's like I gotta just take a whiz. But it's way closer here, and I think that people will study this in the future from a biological standpoint, and that'll be important to them to know what color my pee is. So I document it. I have
Drink a lot of water. It's pretty clear.
I'm doing all right for myself. In the morning though, it's pretty dark. Yeah, no, there are 10 people who live in this house. I know it's crazy. California's wild, people.
It's so expensive.
No, none of them know. I've been doing this for 2 years, nonstop, 7 different streams on YouTube. What'd you say, Laura?
And none of them know it's funny.
No, none of them have the slightest clue. They have no idea. And so it'll be a surprise to them someday when they're famous. And like, I really think in the future, and I mean this like in the most serious way, we will be able to improve on what we can currently do with video technology. Like, we'll be able to zoom in much better in the future, and you'll be able to hear sounds much better. So probably every conversation in this house will probably be heard one day because the microphones are picking it up. We can only hear it to a certain degree right now, but give people 10, 20, 30 years and you'll be able to probably hear everything that's going on in this house, if not more. Oh yeah, girl, you know you like it. Honestly,
Sure.
Ago asks me to pee on camera. She's a wild thing. They must do it crazy in Turkey. How's Queen doing?
Where's that little bitch?
Is she a good cat?
No.
Oh. So one of the things that I like to do is watch different seasons of television shows. And so I've been watching a bunch of things on Shark Tank, and they have all these cat products. So I'm going to ask you if you've heard any of them. Do you know about
Okay.
the City Kitty, which is a way for your cat to no longer need to use a kitty litter bin? It can
Like on the toilet?
exactly. Do you know anybody who's done that?
No.
I don't either, but I want to find out somebody who's done it and been successful with it. They make cat wine, which has like catnip in it. And
Oh yeah, she probably like that.
does she like catnip?
Uh-huh.
Good for her. What else have they had? They've had some wild
She
stuff.
looks
I
like
think.
she wants to kill me.
Oh, now I see her. Does she sleep with you? Like next near you?
What?
Does she sleep near you?
Yeah, she's on the bottom of the bed.
Oh, cool. How old is she?
4?
Did you have her since she was a kitten?
Yeah, she a little baby.
Oh, very cute. Let's
And
see.
just a little stupid.
We've got Hurricane Nate in here, David, Bitcoin, MLK, Luther, Bitcoin, MLK, Luther King Jr., Tempura, Schiller X, Diamond Bitcoin Hands, and then of course Lar. Lar, it's pretty late there. It's 12:41. Or no,
Oh, it's
1:41.
1:41. Yeah, I
Apologies.
think I'm about to pass out.
Well, we were watching that documentation of me fapping, and I really surprised myself with some of my performances because I thought even someone who did it, doesn't even remember whether this is a new video that I'm watching or is it the same one that we were watching. I have 3 of them that look very similar. The only way that I can tell is in some of them I'm totally naked, some of them I have on like skin tight pants, others I have underwear on, but they're all different. So that's something that you learn about yourself, even when
Well,
you.
you're gonna have to make me a new one.
Ooh, that's what I like to hear, baby. Good for you. I will have to do that. Well, so and I fap all the time, but it's just underneath the covers. Oh, have you seen my Superman shirt?
Yes, your cum shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. I got this other one too. I've got actually 2 others. The community gave me one, and you're probably like, well, why can't I see that one? Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I did with it. And you're like, how do you lose a cum shirt? Your room is like 10 by 8. I know. But here, check this out. We've got what I call these things bow ties. Why do you call them bow ties, Rabbi? Because here, I'll show you. There are areas of my shirt. Oh, I just destroyed one. Where the cum has actually like it's like sticks together. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like literally I can take my finger and like kind of bore under here and it'll still stay stuck. It'll stay stuck. Check this out. Watch it come apart. Watch this shit come apart. Just for you. This is a special occasion. Watch this peel apart.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So then over here, I've got some on the backside too. Now now, hey, Hurricane Nate, have you seen my Superman shirt?
I think I have in the picture.
Oh, just in a picture. You've never seen it live. Here we go. I'm going to show this bad boy to you live. Oh, this thing is redonk. It's redonk. Okay, just one moment. I'm not doing it justice.
Oh my god.
It's inside out. This is actually the least used the least used side. Let me turn it outside in or whatever, and and you'll see it in all its glory. It flakes. It flakes all over. It's absolutely disgusting. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, check this out, dude. We've got one of those. We've got one of those bow ties right on the Superman logo. Look at this. Look at this. It's like it's just stuck together. But check this out. I'm a fertile myrtle. I'm a fertile myrtle. Look at this. Have you guys ever seen in like Star Wars where they're flying like really close over like a planet, and you can see, yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah, it's like terra firma.
You're absolutely right. Look at this. This stuff.
It's gross, man.
It's
Oh my god.
It's totally sick. See, you can actually tell I've eaten some off of here. It flaked off. Sometimes just to entertain the people. You're probably like, are you really always like this? No, I'm not like. Well, I am because I'm just on camera. But like normally I would be like absolutely disgusted. If somebody else was showing me their cum shirt, I'd be like, oh, this is disgusting. But because it's mine, but look at the backside. Most people would be like, oh wow, you just destroyed the front side. No, we did. I showed you the inside out, but this is the backside. The backside. Check this out. This is prime. This is prime eating material. You want to see me eat some cum? Oh yeah. This is old cum. Check this out.
No, I'm going to go to sleep.
Oh.
I don't want to have a nightmare.
Oh, okay. Look at this. I've got it. I've got a cum flake in my fingers. You see this? I eat it like LSD. Watch this. Laura's gonna puke.
I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, and I hung.
Oh my god.
And I eat it like cum. It's my own cum. I'm not too worried about it. Look at this. Look at how it's bow tied. and I honestly, the community was so nice. They gave me another cum shirt, and I can't find it. And it's like, you're gonna send me what?
I will send you 5 more.
Oh wow, you're amazing, Laura. Well, I'll harden them up. I'll harden them up. Oh no! That one's gonna go in the Smithsonian. When this becomes a thing, this thing is going in the Smithsonian. Actually, it's gonna go in the Rockefeller Museum in Jerusalem. It's built right outside the Kotel. But yeah, it's wild shit.
Oh my god, I can't. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep and have nightmares now. Thank you so much.
Enjoy yourself, girl.
Yes, man.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Laura. Thanks for joining us. Bye. So I've given you a tour of my room, and I've given you a tour of my cum shirts. That's basically all I've got going in my life right now. What's new in your neck of the woods?
Nothing really. I'm pretty vanilla compared to you, man. So
most people are.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sitting in my room on my PC at the moment, trying to figure out if I just wanna, I don't know, surf the internet or play games. Not sure yet.
What games you like?
I like realistic games. What I usually do is I will buy them a lot, I do like role play on GTA 5 on those servers.
I was just gonna ask you, do you ever play Grand Theft Auto 5? Hey, okay, so you're a Grand Theft Auto fan?
Big fan. I'm getting 6 when it comes out, but I do 5, like GTA 5 on the 5M server, so I just go to different cities.
Do you know what 6 is gonna be? The location?
Yes, Vice City, so it'll be in Miami.
You're right. Have they announced that formally?
Yes, they have, and they also announced that Rockstar and 5M teamed up because there wasn't going to be like that bridge the gap thing where 5M was going to be able to make a server where people can build their own things. But they teamed up, so you'll be able to, instead of going on like Rockstar Online or whatever, you'll be able to play in like different custom cities and do different things.
That's tight. I've heard you're gonna be a drug runner in it for parts of it, so you'll be able to fly to South America.
Right. I heard that too. And then the graphics are just gonna be accurate. I can't wait to max out my GPU to see how it looks.
When they had Vice City on PlayStation 2, I got 100% completion on it. Do you know?
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, it takes you a while to do, but that's where you do every mission, and you have to do it like, everything perfectly. But yeah, so I'm excited about Vice City because I like that environment. It's cool. It looks a lot like my room, the colors and stuff, with that pink and teal.
I love Vice City, but I mean, even like GTA 5 is based in like Los Angeles.
Oh, I love that too. I live in LA.
Right.
So I love that too.
It's pretty accurate. They just have like those knockoff names of the places. Like the Santa Monica Pier looks real. Like the downtown area of LA doesn't look that real, but like all the sites that I would notice, like it looks just like it would in real life.
You're right. I had a roommate. I was living in a hostel when I first moved here, and this guy was in film school in Italy, and he told me that he learned LA through Grand Theft Auto. It was one of the reasons why he moved here, aside from it being film school and stuff. But all he had to do was basically make a few small changes in his head geographically, and he knew everywhere he had to go because the maps are very similar.
That's insane. And I'm pretty sure it'll be the same thing for Vice City, and also like back in the day, and I'm pretty sure they'll do this next. It's Liberty City, like New York City.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it would just be mapped up the same way. Like I haven't been to LA yet. I just seen the pictures of landmarks, but I haven't been to New York City. And when I did play, like I think it was Grand Theft Auto. I think it was. I know it was the first one, but I mean the first one we didn't have like better graphics.
You mean the third one? You mean the third one?
Yeah, the third one. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually, it was the third one. Yeah, it was Grand Theft Auto 3 because then Vice City came after that, and then it was San Andreas.
That's correct. Yeah, so the first two were like from above, and they were on PlayStation. And you only had the first one that was in 3D was Grand Theft Auto 3, and that was in Liberty City. And then they did, but then they did a Grand Theft Auto Liberty City as well.
Right. Yeah, I do remember that.
It was like you were like an Eastern European guy.
That is right. I think that they. I'm not sure if he's gonna be making a comeback, but I heard a rumor that he was.
I think you're right. It's like Tommy Valenti or something.
Yeah, something like that. I like 5 as well because I like how it starts out in that snowstorm and robbing the bank or whatever. And you have to run with the cops, and then you can also switch between 3 players. You have Franklin, you have Michael, you have Trevor.
Yeah, I like that as well. And I like when they have, like, I forget. Oh, it was Grand. I like San Andreas. Honestly, San Andreas was a tight one.
where
Yeah,
where they had L.A., San Francisco, and Las Vegas.
yeah,
That one was tight. And then I feel as if they could really do each one of those individually. Like San Francisco could be its own eventually, and same with Las Vegas. It could be its own game basically. And then they've expanded a little bit to some extent with the Chinese. They have Grand Theft Auto like China like like something Chinatown stories or something like that. And so I could see them expanding into China as well. And did you ever play Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2?
I did like a few times, and that was on PlayStation, like the very first, like the OG PlayStation.
Right.
Um, I did play a little bit, but I really wasn't that interested in it at that point in time. I think the game that really, like, or the series that really got me hooked on GTA was Vice City, because that was revolutionary. You know, you had radio stations and all that other stuff,
The
and that was just
the soundtrack in that game is phenomenal.
right, right. And that's what blew my mind. And then like all this other stuff you could do. Yeah, it was just crazy. And then I finally got a PC like 2 years ago, like a really nice one that was updated. And I was like, I gotta get GTA 5. Because I don't know, man, it's a different experience playing on a PC. I don't think I'll ever go back to a console again. I'll play on a console, but I won't buy another.
So what would what would stink is if they did what they did. Well, at least for you, I believe they did this with Grand Theft Auto 5, where it was only available on console for like the first year, and then it took like a whole year to get on PC.
Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully like Steam or Rockstar, if you like, they'll step their game up and they won't do that, because I don't want to buy a PS5 or a new Xbox. I don't care to have those systems anymore. Ever since like I got a nice gaming PC, so I hope they don't do that.
Are they thinking it's going to be on PS5 or PS6?
That's a good question. I'm not even sure. How long is the PS5 for now?
It's got to be like 5 years now.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. So, it could possibly come out on PS6 and then like a new Xbox, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to call the new Xbox, but I do think that from what I know about the new Vice City, they'll be like it'll be bigger than, I mean, obviously it'll be bigger, more open world than even um, Grand Theft Auto 5. And I heard rumors about this. They always say this, that you're gonna be able to go in all the buildings. Now,
Wow.
whether that's true or not, your guess is as good as mine. But ideally, what I mean, I think people want eventually is basically Google Street View or like Google Earth for Grand Theft Auto, where you're actually playing on Earth and you can go in people's real houses and stuff. That's what I think people will eventually want.
Yeah, I do believe it's going to get that way too. But Rockstar is actually being pretty good at being very secretive.
You're right.
About like teasers and stuff like that. Like I've seen one teaser with as far as like graphics and stuff go. And right now I have a 30 series card. It's a 3070 Ti. And right now they're coming out with these like new GPUs that are just way better. And it's the 40 series. So once that game comes out, people are going to be playing it in 4K. It's going to be crazy. Because I think, those monitors that be out, I think they're just like until like these really crazy games come out that are revolutionary, like of course like anything that Rockstar makes or anything that like what's the other company? Pretty much like any of the big gaming companies that come out with this crazy game that everyone's just waiting for. You know, I think that yeah, probably in a year or two we'll definitely be getting more games opposed to it.
I think you're right. I think one of the best aspects, I don't know if you remember in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, they're gonna bring back a. I don't. They're gonna bring back two things. I think from what I've read or know. You're gonna have to. You'll have the ability to do workouts again. You remember, like your guy like starts off all slow, but as the game goes, he gets stronger, and you have to like do workout like push-ups and stuff.
Yep, yep. I remember doing that with Franklin and San Andreas.
That's right. And then the other thing about San Andreas that I think they're gonna include is the ability to um, like create gangs or like have gang street warfare with gangs with people you've recruited. You know what I mean? Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
You remember like parts of the city would be like controlled by rival gangs, and you had to take them over. Yeah, so I think they're gonna have that for the city as well, which I'm pretty psyched about. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So and yeah, you're right. First of all, and basically, like if you, I don't know if you still play or have the game. I know that
Hi,
you see
Pimp
like
Daddy.
on the
It is now
5M,
11 o'clock p.m.
basically what you do. You know, since it's role play, you know, it's realistic, and you can do that type of thing, like you know, grow your game and do anything you want. Plus, they also have like real world mods, where it's real cars or real clothes that you would see anyone else wearing, but you can, wear Jordan ones or shoes. And pretty much like just code whatever kind of car you want, like the add-ons that are available. You just code it into your server and drive that car in the game.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And if they, at least with, I mean, honestly, if I don't know how old you are, but or how long you've been playing Rockstar games, but Rockstar used to put out a new Grand Theft Auto once every other year until they got to this most recent one. Even they put them out yearly, and then Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for 10 years, and they've just been milking the online version of it.
I've
And
been playing Rockstar games for over half of my life now.
so then you remember it would be like, like Grand Theft Auto when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. I mean this. It was one of the most beautiful trailers that I can ever recall. It's got like opera in it, and it was very much like The Godfather. And you're like, oh my god, and that game changed everything. Vice City was really, I feel, its soundtrack and just the size of the game really made it pretty well. And then also you could fly a. Wait, could you fly a plane? No, you could not fly a plane in that one. It was there were two things that really stunk about those early Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, and that was you couldn't swim. It was only once you got to San Andreas that you could swim, and you could fly a plane. And those are two really cool aspects of it. And then you had, let's see here, what came after? Oh, then they did Liberty City, which was cool, but it was kind of just like, I don't know. New York's cool, but it was just, I don't know. The warmer climate ones are a little more exciting to me. And then they had Grand Theft Auto 5, which just had everything basically, and it's huge, and it's just a really well made game. So I'm hoping that the new Vice City, I don't know what they're gonna call it. I guess Grand Theft Auto 6 is what they should call it. Um, it will be hopefully bigger. And then one thing that I read about it is they're supposed to make the jungles as like much more realistic than what a normal game would be, because you're gonna have to be hiding in the jungle. You're gonna have to do like fly cocaine planes in the jungle, all kinds of stuff like that. So I hope that's accurate. From what I've read, it should be. The only thing that I don't know is if it's going to be on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 6. And um, I would think that it'll. I think that they're scheduled perhaps to make PlayStation 6 out by holidays next year, but that still may be early. They always push it back, so you never know. But once they have PlayStation 6 or whatever the next one's going to be, that should be fire. Do you ever play do you ever play Madden?
I used to. I stopped playing it. I'm more of an NBA 2K guy.
Did you ever play NCAA football?
I did a lot.
Same here, and they're going to bring that back.
Really.
Yeah. So, um, that game, I will say this: I was one of the best people in the world at that game. At least on PlayStation, I would be. So at my university, they would have a tournament. EA Sports would come out with, and they had a tournament. The only reason why I never played in the tournament is because it was on Xbox. But I would beat the people who would win the tournament for our our for like the Midwest, and then guys who played in the finals. So I knew I was really good at it, but I didn't continue to play it because they stopped making it. And now with the NIL, the name, image, and likeness deals that players are going to get, they're going to reinstitute NCAA football. So you'll get that every year again. So that should be really exciting.
Yeah, that used to. I also remember in that game they never had the names of the players because those NIL deals were set,
It,
and basically they couldn't make any money off of their image and likeness. So they just had like their number and their position, but now it's gonna be their actual, their names and stuff being called out more than likely.
and you know what was wild about that game? There were services that you could send your memory card to the service, and they would upload all of the player information in there and send it back to you within a week or so. And then when you would load that information into the old NCAA games, they would say the guy's name if it were like a pretty common name. So they'd be like, like Reggie Bush for the touchdown. Because they knew that people were going to be doing that anyway, and it they that I mean, my friends, I remember because I had friends on the football team. They were that's the first thing we would do is check what their ratings were, and it'd be like, you're not that fast, they're like, yeah, I am, or whatever. And it was wild because, like, I knew these guys and they're in a video game now, they're just not getting paid for it. So I'll really be happy when the same kind of people that age will get paid for it, and hopefully get some good compensation, because it turned out that there was that class action lawsuit, and they all got like $160 or something like that for that game. And EA Sports made, and the colleges made way more money off of that. So I'm looking forward to a time when you know basically you'll be a high school player, and that'll be a viable early career for you, basically, if you are able to make it into college. Like, one thing, they have this phenom in Japan who normally he would go into either pro Japanese baseball or maybe pro American baseball. But now that they have NIL deals, he can make money in college. And so he's going to come to an American college. So it's changing the game. I'm excited for NIL and what it'll do for the video game world. Another game. Have you played Red Dead Redemption?
I have, yes.
Is it amazing?
It's pretty fucking amazing.
And so it seems like Rockstar kind of bounces off between that and between Red Dead Redemption um, and Grand Theft Auto. When, frankly, I mean, I don't know. I think they move too slowly at that organization. I know that they don't really have to because they can print their own money basically. But I mean, do you get sick of playing Grand Theft Auto, or is it still exciting to you? It seems like
It's still exciting.
it still seems. And so, do people make their own worlds or anything?
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about with 5M. People make their own worlds and custom code any type of missions or jobs or whatever to get into. You also have like people role playing as cops. You have people role playing as biker gangs, regular gangs, all sorts of stuff. But pretty much you just try to team up and take over the city and control stuff.
That's very tight.
It keeps me more interested because I'm actually interacting with real people.
That's very tight. And now with social media being what it is, and with people streaming, I think that'll change things as well. Meaning, like basically, there'll be hopefully more integration into Twitch and maybe YouTube and things, so that you'll be able to stream your progress if you want. I mean, you can do it now, but a lot of times you need third-party software. I really think it would be cool if you were playing Grand Theft Auto, you just click like a little option and it would automatically start streaming to Twitch for you, which currently, to my knowledge, that is not a thing. Maybe it is on PC actually, but at least on console, I don't believe it is.
I think you would have to, adjust your settings, but I do think that is possible. And then it also sends out alerts to like the people that follow you if they have their alerts turned on. So every time one of my friends gets on, he live streams, my phone immediately alerts me to like watch him on Twitch. I thought about doing the same thing. I just not sure if many people would watch my stream because I play also other games besides GTA 5. I go to my friend's house. He has a driving sim, and we do iRacing and a set of Corsa competizione. So he has a nice simulator with a racing seat, 3 1440p monitors, really nice PC. So it's realistic. It feels like you're in a car. It even has like a rumble box on the bottom of it, so if you hit bumps, you can feel it.
That's tight.
It's that realistic.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Does it work for Grand Theft Auto and everything?
Do what now?
Does it work for Grand Theft Auto?
The driving sim, I'm pretty sure like if you got in a car and started driving, maybe, or you probably have to figure it, but I don't think that would be like an ideal setup for GTA 5. I would just rather use a keyboard or controller to play.
Right.
Because this is like actually used for driving, and they have like real tracks and stuff like that with like real cars in certain classes. So it's pretty realistic. I mean, you have like the routine and everything, pit stops. There are real places like road and stuff like that. So
And with the sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, man.
With the new Apple goggles, or that that virtual reality headset that they have, I think that not yet. We're not quite at the point, but I think probably one of these iterations of Grand Theft Auto, maybe Grand Theft Auto 7, you'll be able to just put one of those on and basically see everything in 3 dimensions, and that'll be really exciting, I think.
Yeah, I can't wait for those days.
Yeah, exactly. And then it'll probably, just as it normally is, it'll probably be like, Grand Theft Auto 7 was pretty good at it, and then Grand Theft Auto 8 is where like you can interact with your friends much better, everything's smoother, and all of that stuff. I mean, I'm excited for that. I mean, once you can basically get away from, not that the controllers aren't cool, but it's like, it's just, you want. I think everybody agrees they want seamlessness. And another thing that I really think these companies need to work on personally is loading times. They don't pay attention to it, but if they could improve loading times so that it's like it loads in the background, it to me would be a much better experience. What I always hate is when I'm playing Grand Theft Auto is you like whenever you want to play, you have to wait at least 1 or 2 minutes for it to load. You know what I mean? Like if they could have it within 1 minute or 1 second loading times, I think it would be ideal. I'm not a big fan of loading times for anything. I think phones should turn on and basically work immediately, and computers as well. Computers are getting better at it. But basically, if you were to count up all the amount of time you've had to wait just from loading times over the course of just a day, but even a year, it's an incredible amount of time that we're having to waste on that. So I'm a big fan of loading time reduction and then also defaults. So what do I mean by defaults? Basically, like there you may go into the game and whatever play these preset worlds and everything, but I feel that the computer itself should know exactly what you want to play and save all of that information every single time. I'm not saying it doesn't now, but there are other things about a computer. I think defaults are really big to me, and loading times. I think those are two things that developers kind of lose track of. But if we could improve on those, it'll make a much better experience for everyone.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, one of my daughter has this friend named Charlie. Um, his dad that's wanted to his birthday party to her Charlie's house. He was like, so, what do you do for fun? He's like, we got big GTA books. And he was like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, actually, was on the music team for GTA 5. So he basically like did some programming for like all the music and radio stations.
That's
And
amazing.
rolling out. Yeah, I was like, this dude lives right down the street from me, and he pretty much like coded the music for my favorite game. So
Are you in at Alabama?
no,
Oh, where are you?
Stone Alabama is.
Oh, Stoned,
I'm in North
Alabama.
Carolina.
Oh, you're in North Carolina. Um,
Yeah.
wow. And so, was he able to do that in North Carolina?
Um. So at the time he was living in San Diego.
I was gonna say that's what I thought it would have been. So he was in San Diego because that's where Rockstar is, and then he flew to, or he moved to North Carolina.
Yeah, he actually he grew up here. He went to high school here. Um, and like we actually started to become good friends now since our kids are friends. And his name's Ben Katz. Um, so basically, he lived in Charlotte, graduated from high school in Charlotte, and then he went to University of Miami for 4 years, and then he moved up to San Diego to work for Rockstar, and then he moved back to Charlotte to raise a family.
Very cool. Well, then he's got his thumbprint basically on a part of global society. Because I mean, for and even as big as we think Grand Theft Auto is, it's so big in Russia.
He is huge in Russia.
Um, I think I could be wrong when it comes to this. I think some of the other places that they may have, I think England, they had one. They've had, well, they've had similar games, but I think that wasn't there. Perhaps I could be wrong. There wasn't a Grand Theft Auto, but I think like you can kind of get hints from what the next Grand Theft Autos are going to be from the. I think you can from their apps. So they have like, if you look at the App Store, they have different. They're like they're like mini games. They're pretty big, but that's where the Chinatown stories came from. Oh, there's that one. Did you ever play the game, The Ballad of Gay Tony?
No, I have not. I've heard of it though.
Yeah, so I never played it either, but I think that was a that was an app that they had. Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto on an app?
No, I haven't. I haven't. I heard it was pretty cool though. Another Rockstar game I really like is Bully, but I haven't played it in the app. I need
Absolutely,
to try that out.
Bully. So I've played Bully on the app and on PlayStation, and Bully's a great game. The thing about the
Yeah,
app, I'm actually really surprised how smooth it is. Um, it's like, wow, this is a pretty powerful device if it's able to run a PlayStation game pretty seamlessly. The issue that I have playing those games on a phone is it's so small. Like if you're trying to aim at a guy and he's down the street, it's almost impossible to hit him. So all your accuracy's off and everything. But I would say um, it's a very good um, replacement if you don't have anything else and you want to play those games, because all of the levels are basically the same, the graphics are basically the same. It's a pretty good experience, and you can buy them. Like I bought a pack. The other thing is they're really cheap. You can buy Grand Theft Auto like 3, 4, well, like 3 Vice City, Liberty City for like 9.99. When normally those that would be like $150 in games probably. Another thing that surprises me. I haven't. Well, you use PC, so I guess you can buy it on Steam. Like I think when I bought Grand Theft Auto, it was like $29 or something. But you can get a Steam sale and it could get really reduced. But it's surprising to me. I think games aren't they still like 59.99? Is that correct on console?
Yes, even with PC as well, especially if they're brand new, they're like around, yeah, $60 or more, depending on what type of game it is.
And that hasn't changed in like 15 years.
Right.
And so I can see this next iteration of Grand Theft Auto perhaps being $99 or something like that, if not more.
You are right about that, man. Just because, like, it's just gonna have so much extra shit too. They're even gonna have real cars in the game. It's not gonna be like the Rockstar Edition cars, or like a redemption of something, like a derivative, I guess you could say,
Right.
of a car. They're gonna be like real cars. We get like Nissan GTRs and all that other stuff too.
And
So
in some ways, that should make the game cheaper because it's free. It'd be average. Like companies would pay that. Pay Rockstar to have their vehicles featured. But like you're saying, there are going to be so many additions, and they want to make sure that they get that money. I mean, for instance, if you don't use the online version, then they're basically only going to get $69.99 out of you. If you use the online version, they may get thousands of dollars out of you. But this way, if they make it like $99, then they're at least going to get that extra $30 from you. But it's just interesting to me that with inflation, inflation has gone up in the last 15 years, certainly. The only thing that I know that's been a constant is the price of video games. That has not changed. Everything else has changed. Gas has changed, food costs have changed, but video games have stayed the same at $59.99. So I can see them perhaps getting more expensive now. I don't want to see them higher than $99, but I can see them going higher than that, especially for a game like Grand Theft Auto.
for sure, because every time that I bought NBA 2K, whatever year it was, it's always been $60, like 60 to $65. Um, so usually what I do now is, if I'm on Steam, I can wait for a game to be out for a year before I get it now, and then get it just at a way discounted rate. But there's only certain games that I'll buy brand new, and I just don't do. Like, I don't do Madden anymore. I mean, sometimes, there's a big upgrade and stuff like that, but it's pretty much like, just the same thing released every year. Same thing with NBA 2K. The last one I bought was, I had NBA 2K 23, so it was the one from last year. I still have fun with that, but everyone's on the 2K24 now. I'm just like, I'm not falling for that trick anymore. Like,
Same, yeah.
at least with the Rockstar games like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto, like you at least have to wait a few years for like the next one to come out. Like they kind of slowed it down a little bit. Because you remember you mentioned earlier that they were just doing it like almost every year and a half. They were releasing a new one.
You're absolutely right. And with the sports games, it's a joke to me. They're basically the same thing. Madden hasn't changed really in 15 years, 20 years, basically. The only thing that changes are the guys' names. I mean, it's not like you can do all that much more. Maybe one or two they might have one or two different features, but really you're paying every single year just to have the newest version so that you learn the players in the game. But aside from that, it just doesn't change that much. Same with FIFA, same with NBA 2K. It's just basically the same game. So I look forward to. I remember I've played. I forget which one it was, but some NBA game where it's like they had a really good basketball version, but then you could also live out the guy's life outside of basketball and like customize his house, customize his room, get all kinds of custom clothes for him going um, into the arena and everything. And I imagine that's all you can do aside from making the game super realistic when comes to basketball. There's not much. And then another thing I think they need to do with sports games is make the crowd look more realistic. So it's not like two-dimensional people. You know what I mean?
Right, right. So you can do that in NBA 2K23. Like
Oh,
you
you
could do
can.
like your story and build up your character. Like you have a girlfriend and an agent, a coach, and all that other stuff. You
That's
have your
cool.
like real world conversations and doing business deals. Like you can do that. This is what I usually do when I play NBA 2K. I usually just like run like the playground games and either I'll just like play by myself and like play as the computer, or I'll go online and link up with people and play against them. But I haven't been online in a while
Do you remember NBA
playing
Street?
that game.
Do you remember
NBA what?
NBA Street?
Yes, that was a good game.
I agree, and I think that they should bring that back. I know they focus so much on NBA 2K. Here's the thing that happened that they used to games I feel used to be much better. They used to have competitors until the NFL just bought like basically EA Sports bought exclusive rights to everything. But you used to have um, like there was you had Madden, of course, but then they had an ESPN game. This was a long time ago. But one thing that I remember they had about it was ESPN. It was like ESPN Monday Night Football or something. Is that you can't do in Madden is have a first person view, so you could actually see what the player was seeing through his helmet, and I thought that was so cool, and it was kind of difficult to play, but they could have improved it. And I think that's like basically these companies, particularly EA, that they don't have any competition, so there's no need for them to improve on their gameplay or add new features or anything. It's just like they have absolutely no competition when before they did. Madden also used to have long time ago in the 90s there was something called quarterback club, and so like basically you had a choice. You have no choice anymore. It's only Madden and it's only NBA 2K. And I would look forward to perhaps some competition within the game industry just from the fact that it makes companies want to diversify themselves. Like in soccer, there's Winning 11, I believe, and FIFA, but still, I don't. Do you ever play FIFA?
Not much, but I have played it and it's pretty fun. I just haven't like bought any of the games.
And as you know, though, I mean, really, FIFA hasn't changed in 10 years, if not more. It's hard to improve because it's not like the game. It's not like football improves or changes all that much. So you have to do other things to the game. I feel, uh, I feel that more integrations are important, but music is really important in a game. Like you were saying, what they have in NBA 2K, 2K or NBA 23, um, allowing the person to have more things in their life. That's cool. They used to have a game. I don't know if you remember this game. It was called Madden Head Coach. It was
That sounds familiar.
so basically, I honestly I don't I never played it. Know that basically there was like a head. It was like the whole game you played. You were a head coach. That could be a mode in Madden now, or in NBA 2K3, 2K23, or whatever. What is it called? NBA 2K20.
Yeah, the one that I have, yeah.
You could play just as a head coach or the general manager, if you wanted, if that's your thing. Uh, One thing that they used to do that was really cool with NCAA football is you could play your guy. There's actually you could start playing him is when he was in high school, in the later years, and then he would get recruited to college, and then you could play him in college, and then load him into Madden for his professional career. I really thought that that was cool, but then they stopped doing that because the NCAA, because of those lawsuits. But in the same way, you could do that with the EA Sports for college was March Madness. So it'd be the same thing. You would play the guy as a high schooler, then play him um, as a college player, and then he could be a one and done or whatever, and then go to the NBA. I feel like if games do that, that makes you buy either one or two extra games because you want to, have the full experience. I think that's a smarter way to do it. So I look forward to games doing that. But as of right now, we just get the same stuff. It's Madden, you know, just the same. It's just. Oh, another thing I think they need to do as well is make make it faster, particularly when it comes to play calling and everything. I mean, I just or maybe there should be a fast mode. But basically, if as you know, if you watch a football game's like 4 hours, but the action parts are literally like 2 minutes. And in the same way, if you play Madden, if you play an hour-long game, the action parts are going to be really like only a minute and a half of that. And so I think you can cut down all of the dead time, so to speak, just to make the games more exciting. Because there's not too much more you can do in the game than just normal stuff that you would see in sports. But anyway, that's enough of my rant on video games. But I really think we've got some good ideas here, and I hope that they implement them in the future.
I do too, bro. Because that would definitely make me buy more copies for sure, or download it to my PC.
I'm in agreement with you on that. And then PC opens it up so much more because people can mod things. It makes games much more interesting. I mean, I generally play them on console, though I do have Grand Theft Auto on PC. Oh, another thing. So, um, basically, we're at the point now where you know what a virtual machine is.
Yep.
Okay, so like I don't feel as if you should have to have a really powerful computer anymore. I think you should be able to run this stuff on a virtual machine on the cloud. So they could basically make these games really intricate, and you shouldn't need to have the hardware to be able to run it. All you should need to do is just be able to start up a virtual machine that has all the hardware that's needed and be able to play it through a browser, even. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Where, but once they start allowing that, I'm sure that server costs are going to go up, and you have to pay per minute. I mean, there are all kinds of things that they could do to be able to get money out of people, but um, it gets to the point where, like, I've got Grand Theft Auto, and I can play it, but it's slow. Like you said, you had to buy a new computer 2 years ago for it to run properly, and just everyone's not going to do that basically. And if you want mass adoption, which they want, you want people to be able to run this stuff on, you know I think you should be able to run it from a browser, basically, if you were running it on a virtual machine in the background. So that's another thing that I think that they could implement. But yeah, I hope that they do it sooner rather than later. And if they do, then we'll say that they stole all our good ideas. How's that sound?
Oh yeah, for sure. I messed with a little bit of virtual machines back in the day with Ubuntu, that virtual machine, and played around with Linux and pretty much just like learned how to use API keys and stuff. And I built like robots and stuff. Um, it was pretty cool. I think that they eventually will. I just think they're riding on the like the actual game gravy train. Like making a person download or buy it an individual copy. It was pretty cool. I think that they eventually will. I just think they're riding on the like the actual, I guess like the actual game gravy train, like making a person download or buy an individual copy. Um, But yeah, if they do that, like as far as like virtual machines go, I'm pretty sure that they'll make you pay like a subscription. But who knows how much it'll be if it's like endless games. I mean, it could be like anywhere from like 20 to 50 bucks a month or something like that, maybe in that price range. But
Do you,
I think that is definitely a possibility.
are you old enough to remember Sega Channel?
Yes, I am.
So I think it might be something similar to what Sega Channel was, where basically you have a subscription to a service, and then you can play any amount of games that you want.
I do remember Sega Channel, man. That was so awesome.
I'm in agreement with you. I only played it at friends' houses, but I remember being like, "This is pretty." I thought that was going to be the way that it would go, but apparently not. But yeah, just it depends on the subscription price, of course. I say, oh yeah, that if it's affordable, but if it's not affordable to most people, then that's not cool. But I could see things going that way, particularly with Steam or with Xbox or PlayStation. So, and then you never know. I mean, I'm not saying that this is something that we would see. I can't imagine it right now, but there could always be another competitor that comes out with a different kind of console that changes the game somehow. Really, where we have to get is with the virtual reality headset and then the virtual reality treadmill. Once you're able to walk and interact with your environment in real time, that's going to be a game changer.
Yeah, you never know, man. Oculus Rift could probably step their game up and build something like really crazy to make people just shy away from PC and consoles. Um, I've tried the Oculus Rift that my friend has, and it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, I just
I
think
think
that
it's
it could
amazing.
definitely be better.
Yeah, it could be better, but it's pretty amazing.
Right, right. I'm gonna wait until like the technology gets really crazy where it's not as big as like not as like the headset's huge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I just have a feeling that things are just gonna be more streamlined. You know how when technology evolves, things become smaller. You know, it's just like when I put that headset on, it was just kind of uncomfortable after a while. So it's like I could only play it for like maybe 30 minutes, and then I just be like, oh man, like it's feeling like tighter on my head and stuff. But I just can't wait for like I don't know. It could be like a wristband or some sort of thing, or who knows, man. The way that at the speed of like the way that everything's evolving with technology, like Chat GPT has been a game changer. Like who knows what things are gonna be in like 5 years? It's probably gonna be insane, like beyond my belief at least.
I agree, and then really, you don't need people to code anymore. You'll be able to just have a large language model code for you, and perhaps code in real time, so that you'll be able to create your own world. Basically, like we could, you let's just say in a given instance for Grand Theft Auto, we keep saying that like, oh, this would be a cool level, or this would be, but you could make it like you just type into a search box or some kind of chat box, I want to play a Grand Theft Auto like game, but on Mars, and it just automatically creates that for you, or wherever you want. You could be like, I want to play it in the game Candyland, or I want to play Grand Theft Auto. Uh, I don't know, with Sonic the Hedgehog, and whatever you say, whatever you type in there, just like how now it would come up with a story for you in text form, it could do that for you through a game, just instantaneously. And yeah, I mean the possibilities are endless when it comes to uh, AI, and particularly when it comes to games. So I'm excited about that. And then I think it'll help people perhaps even lose weight, or at least stay in shape once they get these treadmills, these gaming treadmills where you actually have to get off your ass and walk around, but you don't go anywhere. You're just um have you seen the gaming treadmill? Basically, it's like you can walk in 360 degrees on a treadmill, and it it your character moves, but you don't have to move. They had it on Shark Tank.
I have seen that. I've seen videos like shorts on YouTube and stuff like that, and it looks pretty crazy. Um, it's like you're strapped in and like you're kind of staying in place,
Exactly.
but like you just like move all around. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And so once that becomes affordable with the headset, then the sky's the limit. One other thing, the your like the tactile features of a game aren't where they need to be yet, particularly with the virtual reality. But I've played with Oculus Rift, and it was pretty mind blowing. I mean, we're pretty close. It's just it's very expensive. It's very big, like you had said. I think you needed like an extra computer to basically run it. And so once we get all of that basically within one headset that is more manageable, and I mean, the big thing I feel why this stuff fails is it doesn't appeal to girls. They don't Girls aren't really into games like guys are, but if you can get girls into games, then guys will be there. It's like a bar. It's like, nobody wants to go to a bar that's all guys, and that's how video games are in a lot of ways. But if you have girls at your bar or you have girls in your video games, there'll be mass appeal basically. So I don't know exactly how you get girls into doing it, but once girls are into it, maybe there are more social aspects to it. I feel then we're all going to be locked in. Then it'll be like, okay, now we're all on a nightly basis after work or whatever. People will be have their virtual reality headsets with their friends, and basically have their interactions that way. Which, is it good? Is it bad? I mean, it's something. I think that's the future, though.
Right. So a lot of girls are actually on by then.
Are they?
Like you would, yeah, a lot of them. Like, it's kind of crazy. So, like I said, it's role playing, it's realistic. Like, there's actual like in the city that I'm in, like there's girls that cosplay as strippers, like role play as strippers and shit. Like they have a job at a strip club.
Wow. So they live out their fantasies, basically.
Pretty much, or they're in a gang or whatever. But yeah, it's crazy. And of course, like they have like the girl characters that like they can dress up however they want, like in a dress or like some Gucci pants and a shirt, whatever. You can pretty much be anything you want. You can be a cop, or they even have EMS. Like you can be an EMS employee. If someone dies, like you get alerted and you drive out to them and save their life, or take them to the hospital if they need a ride. It's you can be a car salesman. You own businesses, restaurants. It's wild.
That's very cool. I was not aware that girls were starting to expand within that, but that's good to know.
Yeah, Vitam's been out for a minute. It's been out for, and I'm not even sure because like I just downloaded Vitam because like I was just playing Grand Theft Auto regularly, and then like online like GTA Online instead of Vitam. And then once I got on Vitam, my friend introduced me to it. I'm like, man, this opened up a whole new world to GTA 5. It's the best way to play it.
That's wild. Do you know? Do you remember? Well, I guess it's like mini games, but in Grand Theft Auto uh, San Andreas, where you could go to um, two things that I think that game were really important in that game that I want to address. One was you could play in the casinos, and then it was like a mini game in the casino. You could gamble. Do you remember that?
Yeah, like was it actual like games, like gambling games, like
Yeah,
blackjack or poker?
exactly.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, they have that. We have that actually in our city. We actually have a private casino that the developer built. So you just go to this back of the building, and it's like down this in this basement area of a restaurant, and it's a full-fledged casino. But yeah,
That's very cool.
they have that. I usually go and play blackjack all the time.
And so basically that's very immersive, where you're in a game and then you're playing a game in a game. It's very meta, and I feel like that's the future as well, where you'll be. I mean, who's to say you can't play a game in a game in a game? But it's almost as if like you just move different levels mentally into this virtual world. I think that that will be exciting to people. And then the other thing that they had in that game, I don't know if you remember, um, they had a level where you would fly in a plane. You would fly in a plane, and then you flew to like a graveyard in which had snow in it was like in New York or something like that. Do you remember there was like a graveyard?
That sounds very familiar.
So the idea that I was thinking is basically in at least the Grand Theft Auto type or open world kind of scenario where if you're if you're playing in one world, if you wanted to, you could go to other worlds, travel to other worlds, and it would be seamless within the game. And it could be different climates, it could be a different planet, whatever it is. Basically, the game within a game, I think, is an important aspect. And then also the ability to transition from one game to one level to another level, even within the same game. I think those will be two kind of meta aspects that we'll see with games in the future. If I may ask, what game did you play on Oculus Rift?
Rabbi,
Yeah,
where
what's going on, Zoot?
there's something there's something like that that's being built on Polkadot Mythos chain. It's called Blanco's Block Party. You can literally take your assets from one game to another, and then it renders your assets, and then you can go seamlessly through cloud services, so you don't even have to reboot the game. You just go through cloud server, and then you're a portal. You go through the portal, and
That's
then you're
amazing.
playing another.
That's what I'm talking about. That's great. I'm glad they're already working on it. Hurricane Nate, what game did you play on Oculus Rift?
So what was the game where you were like these cartoonish looking characters? Like they had different faces that were like pretty much like they looked like memes almost, and you had these weird bodies. Like you could either be in a house, or you could be. They even had like a level where you were at Super Kmart. For some odd reason, I forgot what that game was, but like you interacted with your friends on that. It wasn't The Sims, because The Sims looks real. Like it's like it actually kind of looks like real people. This looked like cartoonish characters. Like they just had like weird yellow bodies. And then I gotta find that out. Put it through Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. I don't think that's it. Let me let's see here. I should be able to find it, but it was really fun.
I played the Star Wars version, and it was mind blowing to me. I mean, I'm not huge into Star Wars, but it really made me a fan. It was really exciting, and I would say very accurate for I mean, like you're like flying in the Millennium Falcon, and then you got a lightsaber, and your lightsaber dueling um, Darth Vader. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, when I play that, let's see here. I forgot that PS5 had like a VR thing too. Damn. I don't think it's Job Simulator. I'm talking to Obama now about his Busta Rhymes diss track. Hold on, what? If Obama did a Busta Rhymes diss track, that would be funny as fuck.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he was pretty mad today. He was upset. Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to get off here.
Yeah, what he's not telling you that is he gambled. He was up last night calling me because he was gambling on shitcoins and he getting banned from the Telegram, and then he lost his shit thinking it was like something to do with taking Bitcoin.
Oh, man. So, the India police was saying that he rugged on his new token.
Already?
That's what he was saying. I had to find the proof first. I was going to look, because everything's recorded on the blockchain. All we're going to do is just go look and see what's going on. But pretty much, like, it looked like the token was doing good, and then it went down pretty bad. But I don't know. Like, I have to see if Bitcoin Obama actually owns the wallets that we're selling. I mean, I know other people sold, but I don't know if he did for sure. I just heard it, I saw it on a tweet. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just a rumor for the moment until I can find out if it's true or not. But I wouldn't surprise me because Bitcoin Obama likes to sell. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get off here and go to bed. My son's gonna be up here in a few hours.
Take care, Hurricane Nate. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Zoot, pleasure to speak with you as well. I'm going to get some food. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night or day ahead.
You too, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Excellent.
The most convenient and yummiest way to support a healthy milk supply. As a lactation consultant, I have witnessed the beautiful relationship between mom and baby when breastfeeding. But it's also a stressful time where moms worry about their milk supply. Some moms will turn to lactation herbs to increase their milk production, but they are stuck swallowing up to 15 pills a day or brewing up to 6 cups of tea. Who has time for that when you just had a baby? So I combined a proprietary blend of organic lactation herbs into one delicious bar to take on the go. For the busiest people on the planet, moms. So come on, sharks, help me help more moms reach their lactation goals. And let's make Booby a household name. I brought you some to taste. Great. What happens if men eat it? Well, if I could get a man to lactate, I would already be sitting in your chairs. Thank you, Damon. Thank you. So these are 3 different flavors? 3 different flavors. Okay.
What's your top selling flavor?
Oatmeal chocolate chip.
It's good, actually.
Thank you. It is good. There's a gluten-free peanut butter. Oh, I like the and there's a blueberry peanut butter one that's gluten-free. Yes.
This is good. I not for that. Eat this every day. How many other lactation bars are there?
There are no other lactation bars in the commercial market. I wanted to give a more convenient way for the millennial mom to take her herbs.
I have to ask a question. Did you have any proof that they were other than anecdotal or first go?
Anecdotal, for sure.
Plenty is the story for thousands of years that have used these herbs and spices to support lactation. That's
right.
No
they help other things, right? Yeah, but you don't have, to Mark's point, you haven't done any clinical trials. Not clinical, but before releasing the product, I did my own independent study. So I gave a group of moms that I didn't know and just asked them to eat 1 bar a day, and then we studied their milk supply. And and we saw increases from 1.5 to 4.6 a day. Ounces, which is like an extra feed. I've used this product since 2011 with my patients. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also an internationally board certified lactation consultant. I'm an expert in breastfeeding. There's no higher credentials for breastfeeding education. I might be one of the only people on the panel, I don't know, that's breastfed and
breastfed. Wait a second, I breastfed as well a lot of years ago. I was involved.
At Spanx, most of my employees are women, and we actually have lactation rooms. And I think this is interesting.
So anybody can make a claim, and anybody can mislead a mother who needs one.
No, I'm not making a claim.
But
That's
you are making claims because you have a bar that you say is going to improve the ability for a mom to lactate, right? But the expectation of the mom is that she's going to get a result, and you have no proof that she's able to get a result other than your personal experience.
This is not, okay, there's all these energy bars on the market, and the herbs and the different ingredients in the energy bars are what has been proven to give energy. She has, yeah.
What do your customers
Okay,
say?
let me first, I hear you all, and I totally get it, and I want you to know that.
You're probably not in business to sell one bar to one person. If it doesn't work, then you don't have a business, right? And I think the bottom line is the proof is in the pudding. And as you've been out selling it, have you been getting reorders? Can you give us information about that? Because, I have a 15-month at home, and I know the need for it. So just tell us about how many customers you have, reorders, and things like that.
Absolutely. Okay. So right now on my website, I have a 52% repeat customer. Last month was 86%.
Those are impressive numbers.
How many have you sold since inception?
My
So what
total
year did you
sales
start?
in 2 years are 778,000.
Whoa!
That's fantastic.
Well, hold on there, cowboy. Yippee-yi-yo-ki, yay.
Now you're speaking their language,
Right.
right?
Okay.
I believe in sales, so let's just talk about how many women are lactating at any one time in the market. How many in America?
There's about 3.8 million births a year. 81% initiate breastfeeding, which means about 3 million moms.
How do you get to them?
I'm in 500 stores.
What store?
Bye Bye Baby, Babies on Rest. I just got Walmart.
How many stores are they putting into?
200 because it goes in a specific section.
Got it.
Yeah, and they're
Testing
testing it.
200.
So they started a women's section, a one-stop shop aisle for a woman who just had a baby.
They told you their target sell-through. Roll it out.
No, I just know I go on shelves in January.
First of all, there's a huge need for lactation expertise. So I'm not trying to denigrate the need, but that said, what concerns me is you're making money, and if you really do get confirmation through a study, you could be the one that solves the problem. That should be the first thing, because then every doctor's going to recommend it. Every box can say clinically proven to solve your problem in these circumstances. The fact that you don't, to me, is just one more curse of the supplement business. Right? Because everybody makes lots of claims, and people who are desperate spend their money. I'm out.
Thank you. I'm sorry to hear that.
Because you don't have the clinical testing at this time, I can't put my name behind it. And for that reason, I'm out. Wendy, I'm struggling because I love the mission behind what you're doing. Where I'm getting caught up is on the proven results. Like that matters so deeply to me for the consumer.
The moms come back, they buy. I know, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm happy that you have happy customers, but it's for that reason that I need to be out. Thank you, Sarah. You guys, I have something called Club Movie Bar. You sign up and you get 5 boxes, 30-day supply, $79. I've had women on Club Movie Bar for over a year. So I know there's no clinical proof, but why would they buy over and
A
over?
third of my wine buyers are in my wine club. They get a case every 90 days. I have a massive chiller facility. I love this business. Your proof is sales. In sales, I trust. I will give you $150,000 for 20%. I think a lot of work ahead. You have no idea what Walmart's going to be like. I do. That's an extraordinary opportunity. Good on you for getting it. But get ready for some serious work and serious full-time employees and legal work too.
Thank you for your offer. Is there anyone else that has anything?
I think you're the real deal. I don't necessarily agree with my fellow shards on if it could be credible or not. Because I just really believe that you either see it's working or you don't, right? And that's it. But I think you are the
star, and I think your information has to get out there. I don't want you to be stuck manufacturing and warehousing. My intent is to take you and we license this thing, and you are the face. So $150,000 for 20%.
Thank you so much for your offer.
Okay, Wendy, you have two offers. Both $150,000 for 20%. What are you going to do?
There's both amazing offers. That's what makes this so difficult.
You have to make a decision.
I know.
Do you go with the guy who's currently going through the same situation that those mothers are going through, or do you go with somebody who is going through male menopause? You have to make a decision.
You know what?
Welcome to the show.
Damon, you have a very good point. You are in the trenches with exactly what this product is. Damon, I accept your offer.
All right. That last step, I got it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I love it.
You're a movie star. Of course you know. I mean, that was so hard. I'm just so excited because I couldn't ask for a better start.
Next in the tank is a business started by a viral hit.
Hi, Sharks. My name is Eugenia, and I'm from San Clemente, California. I have to apologize. My business partner isn't here yet. He couldn't keep track of time, but his life depended on it. Can't even get himself dressed in the morning sometimes.
Hi, Pip Daddy. It is now 12 o'clock a.m.
There you go. Look at the movie.
Don't be afraid. This panda is domesticated. I'm Eugenia, and this is Huxley with Panda Feed. We're here seeking $60,000 for 20% of our company panda. Our Panda Puppy costume transforms your pet into the perfect walking teddy bear. Now your dog doesn't have to be just a dog. He can be a turducken of cute. Have a look.
Bush grabs.